Hello and welcome to Imperfectly Me Crafts. I'm Mallory, choose behind the camera. Nothing that time. You're gonna mess with me every time now, aren't you?
Hi!
You jerk. This is the place where craft beer and handcrafts combine. I don't think it's gonna be a messy way this time. But don't quote me on that. We have a tendency to make messes. Actually, it might be a messy way because we are doing Une Annee's craft and we're going to be doing lace crocheted bottle covers for them. In order to do that, we need to, well, empty the bottle first. So we're going to start out with a beer pour.
I'll help you with emptying out the bottle.
I'm sure you will. Problem is, this one's wax coated and I don't have a lot of experience with wax coated bottles, so I'm gonna do my best. Just watched a video from Bullman actually showing me how to remove the wax. So I am going to follow Bullman, do his instructions and see if I can get through this. So first you have to make a diagonal cut in the wax. I don't know if I'm getting all the way through. I think you need stronger hands, maybe. I don't think I got all the way through. I got through the wax. Ooh, hey, this might work. Well, if Bullman did it, I believe it'll work anyway. I just didn't think I was talented enough to pull it off, so. I think this is gonna chip off, unfortunately. When he did it, it just peeled right up off.
You use a softer wax.
Oh, this is a harder wax. Okay, well, I might be stuck making a mess after all because I have to peel all this off for the craft anyway. Ooh, I had a peel for a moment there. It peeled.
You had a banana.
I'd rather have a beer. Welcome to today's first mess. So I have, yes, my first mess of the day. Cheers, everyone. I have here from Hubbard's Cave, which remember Une Annee and Hubbard's Cave, two companies, but no, it's one company with two names to sell different styles of beer. Une Annee is focused on Belgian and a lot of sours. Hubbard's Cave is where they sell their IPAs and the other beers that they do, including this, which is called It'd Be a Lot Cooler If You Did, which I love that name. Fantastic. This is a barley wine, barrel-aged 12 months. I didn't think this was going to be a messy craft. I'm not using power tools. I'm not using sharp objects. Well, I mean, I guess a little sharp, but I'm not using anything super dangerous for this one. So I was like, oh, well, I can have a stronger one, hence my barley wine. So are we ready? Oh, good. It didn't make a mess anyway. That's nice. Well, I can smell it already. Ooh, that smells good. Before I dig in, I'd like to remind everyone Chu and I are involved in St. Baldrick's charity this year. So they raise money for children's cancer research. And on March 12th at Metal Monkey Brewing Company, we will be heading out to shave our heads. So, well, I have a lot that I can get rid of here. I will be donating this for Wigs for Kids. We are currently raising money. I'm putting a link in the description. Money doesn't come to us, it goes straight to the charity through their website. It's secure, it's been around a long time. So please consider giving to, well, get us to shave our heads and to help out the kids, because it's an important cause. But we will both be entirely, completely bald. All right, I'm ready to dig into this barley wine. I have been sniffing this the entire time I've been talking and I need it. I get plum right off the bat. Ripe plum and sweet prune and pomegranate. Yeah, pomegranate. Just like a little acidity on the pomegranate. It's all dark pitted fruit. Like, it's heavy with that fruit scent. It smells like a deep fruited wine. But I am smelling booze as well.
Woohoo!
I'm getting the scent like a bourbon. It smells like well, it's probably the barrels, I guess. But it definitely has a kick of alcohol in the nose. Cheers everyone to a new craft for Une Annee Brewing Company and Hubbard's Cave in Niles, Illinois. Oh my gosh. So pretty. Okay. Hits the tongue, you get a burst of that fruit, the dark fruit, like you just bit into a perfectly ripened plum. So you get that splash of sweetness. You get almost that tart acidity coming from the pomegranate at the middle of the tongue. When it gets to the back, you get that smoky, boozy feel and taste. And when you breathe out, you just smell the bourbon scent. But there's no burn. There's no harshness. This is one of the smoothest barley wines I have ever had in my life, and I love me a barley wine. Wow. Oh, can we go back tomorrow and get more? I have here the Hubbard's Cuvée Volume 2, and I have created this. What happens with this is the covering slides down over the top of the bottle all the way to the bottom, and there you have a lace covered, well, this happens to be a beer bottle, but it could be a wine bottle, it could be several other things. I made several of these for our wedding. In September of 2019, I will be gifting these to Une Annee. So now I'm going to show you how I made them, and I will have the crochet instructions below because this is indeed crochet. I used a 2.25 millimeter hook, very, very tiny on that one, because what I'm using is Aunt Lydia's 10 gauge thread, I believe it's called. But they have a lot of pretty colors. I happen to choose white because Une Annee is very big into the black and white theme. The nice thing about this is you can just slide it right off of the bottle and slide it right back on, and you can slide it onto different bottles depending on what you're trying to do. I have found that I cannot work on this in the living room because the kitties get very excited when they see this thread being pulled around. Any of my yarn and thread works never seem to work if the kitties are in the vicinity. They are troublemakers. My God, that barley wine is so good. Oh, cheers everyone. Start by getting a hold of your thread. That helps. I will admit, crocheting with a thread this small is much trickier, but not impossible. I know I say crocheting lace. I'm not technically crocheting lace. I'm crocheting with a very, very, very tiny thread. But it looks lacy by the end. So I know anyone who's into the terminology is going to be cranky at me, but this is what I call it because this is the closest thing I do to actual lace work at the moment. Who knows? Maybe I'll get into lace work someday. That'd be cool. First row, we are going to chain 55. For a chain, loop it over the hook, pull it through the loop. So that is chain 55 right there. Next, check your bottle. I need to try this right side up. I know it's worse for the camera, but I'm sorry, I need to. Let's see, I need to see exactly how many more stitches I need. I'm going to try 5, and that should do it. So that puts me at 60 stitches. There is 60 stitches. Let's check the size again. A little tight, but this will be able to slide over now. What I'm going to do now is make sure this is all facing the same way and didn't get twisted. And I'm going to slip stitch into the very first chain, connecting the ends. And actually, I'm going to bring along that extra tail and wind it in instead of cutting it off. So I have slip stitched into the last chain. I have my loop now. Once again, I need to bring the bottle over and check the size, because your first row is the most important. Can this slide over the fattest part of the bottle? Yes, it can, so we are golden. Next row is going to be all double crochet, same number of stitches. You will start with chain 3, which counts as your first double crochet. And luckily, because we're winding in the tail, this first double crochet is going to be a thicker size. So as we continue up the work, we're going to be able to see that double crochet as a starting point for our rows. Working with working with thread is a little trickier. I have found over the index, under the middle, over the ring, the actual ring, and then under the pinky. And then I do a quick loop around the pinky. I find this gives me a good amount of tension as I'm pulling through, because I need the thread to not stay too tight that I can't pull it through, but tight enough that it's not coming loose on me. So that is my process for that. Loop it over and find the top of the stitches. There it is. When you're going back through a stitch, 2 threads on top, 1 on the bottom is perfect. Pull it back through the first 2 loops on the hook, and loop it over again through the second 2 loops on the hook. That is a classic double crochet. So yarn over, through the stitch, the chain, 2 threads on top, 1 on the bottom, pull through. Right now I have 3 threads on the hook, yarn over, pull it through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull it through the second 2 loops. And you see I'm starting to get these stitches that are a little bit taller. We are going to end up doing 3 rows of the double crochet 60 times around. This first one is more time consuming because you have to fight to get through the chains by themselves because they're trying to roll on you, they're trying to get out of the way. The second and third row are going to go quite a bit faster. The second row is finished. It's all double crochets all the way around. I'm going to slip stitch into the chain 3, the third chain that was our first double crochet. So I go through that chain, pull through, and immediately pull through, no yarn over. And that is completed second row. I'm now going to do rows, I'm going to test it on the bottle first to make sure it still fits. Over the top, come on down, tight fit, perfect. 3 rows of double crochet, finished. So at this point, we're going into the lacing. I'm going to start out by chaining 7, and I'm going to do a single crochet into the 5th stitch from where the chain started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pull it up, loop, and done. 7. I do a single crochet back in the original stitch where the chain started, and I officially have 12 loops. I run into a bit of a problem in the fact that I need the next row to start from the middle of this loop. I need to start from the 4th stitch of this loop, and I'm currently at an end of this loop. The very first row will have a doubling up as you travel to the next section. So if you look a little closer here, I started with this loop. When I got to this point, I had to travel and double up the line right here. It's not going to be obvious to anybody who's not paying attention. So yeah, I'm going to travel along this row and single crochet in the 4th stitch of that loop chain, and then start again. 7, single crochet in the 4th stitch, 7 single crochet in the 4th stitch. And from that point, I can actually just continue on in a spiral pattern all the way up. Here we go. Because I'm doing a single crochet at the 4th stitch, I need to chain 3. Single crochet into the 4th stitch, 1, 2, 3, 4. And from this point, I'm just going to carry on into the 4th stitch of each of the loops. So I've made it back around to where the 2 chains run together, where our starting stitch was for the whole thing. I've chained 7, and this time, instead of attaching here, I'm actually going to attach in the 7th stitch of the next loop. So right there, and from there I will continue on in a spiral pattern going up. And I will start shortening the chain amounts when I get to the point where the bottle would be more slender. Since the 3 stitches to start everything at the middle of each loop, I've been doing 7 chains between and a single crochet to attach to the previous loop. I have done 100 so far, and I tied a different color string on just so I could keep track of how many I go through. So we're on to day 2 of this lovely craft, getting our bottle cover all crocheted, but it is time for another beer. So we are having, from Une Annee Brewing Company, Le Soul 25. This is American Wild Ale fermented with mango and raspberry. I did give it a roll earlier because I didn't know how much puree they used or if it was going to be chunky, so just in case. Ooh, there we go. Give this a quick pour. Oh, you know, I kind of expected there to be a reddish color, but there's not. Too. I never think of that first. If I ever poured beer on one of my crafts, I'd probably be a little cranky. And it smells like a mango soda, like a less sweet mango soda. Cheers, everyone. Can't talk.
So not too tart?
The smell did not give away the sour level. Ooh. That was much more sour than I was anticipating. And I've tried a bunch of their sours and I know better, and that's dumb of me to not think of that, but that was a lot of, I'm still salivating from it. Like it keeps your mouth salivating the whole time. So if you're really parched, this is a good one because it will get your mouth working. As far as the flavor goes, you get a sharp smack of raspberry.
Like a lip smack, like a... Oh, that's not even one.
Not like that.
Like a dish?
No, that's a pop.
Oh.
This is a smack. You get a little bit of the mango on the ending. The mango came through on the nose more than on the actual flavor. The raspberry comes through stronger on the flavor. But it wakes you up, I'll tell you that. Honestly, their sours are just so frickin' phenomenal. Every single one of them. That first sip throws you. I'm gonna go in for a second sip now. My mouth is acclimated. I'm not doing the sour pucker anymore. And all I'm getting is this crazy tartness that's just making me salivate. Like it's a bright, fruity, not citrus, it's pitted fruits, but it's just lovely. It really is. I know that first one always makes me make the funny face and some people think I don't like them. I do like them. That first one just hits me hard and I can't hide how I feel about things. I don't know if you guys have noticed, I'm not good at hiding my emotions. It's just not something I can do. Actually, it's something that Chew appreciates because he doesn't have to think what I'm thinking. I'm pretty
No thinking on my part.
We all know.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm pretty obvious how I feel about stuff, and with the sours, they hit hard at first, but they are beautiful when you really get down to it. And these being wild fermented is really neat that they're doing that style, because that's almost not a lost art, but there's so few people doing the wild fermenting, and I think it's wonderful. If you get a chance to check out Une Annee and you're a sour fan, you must. I am currently at 170 7-chain loops. When I check the height at 170, I can see that I'm just now getting to the portion of the bottle where it tapers in. So at this point, I'm going to switch to 6 chains per loop. I'm moving my marker so that I can keep track of where I left off at the 7 and moved on to the 6. I did 30 loops at 6 chains per loop. I'm gonna check the size again. Oh, yeah. So you can see where it went to 6, it tightened up a little bit on the bottle. I'm gonna go to 5 and keep on shrinking it down. I'm gonna move my marker so I know where I start. So I did 30 loops at 5 chains. I am gonna do 12 loops at 3 stitches each, 3 chains each, and that will be the lead up to the double crochet rows to finish up the top of the bottle. I am going to connect that last 3 into where the first 3 chains started, and that completes the top. Now I'm going to start double crocheting around 33 stitches around into 12 loops. Not great math. 9 of the loops are getting 3 stitches, the rest are getting 2 stitches. I'm going to chain 3 to start my double crochet row. And then I'm going to double crochet 3 times in the first loop and slip stitch in the chain 3 to close the circuit. I can remove my counter now because I'm no longer going to be counting the rounds, and then it's just going to be 9 rows right up to the rim up here. These do slide on and off the bottles. If you want one that's not going to come loose, you can actually just run a couple strands across the bottom, attaching one end to the other and one end to the other, and that'll hold it on. Though they do kind of hold on themselves just fine because we're making it long enough that it's not pulling the bottom up off the, well, up from the bottom. Words are fun. When we were at Une Annee and I saw that they used bottles for a lot of their beer, I got thinking about this idea. It's something that I had thought about before for me and Chew's wedding. I had one of the tables all wine related, and I made a whole bunch of these for that table to decorate. So if you're getting ready for like a wedding or something, or a baby shower, because you can buy this, the Aunt Lydia's thread in all different colors. If you go onto Aunt Lydia's website, they have crazy amounts of colors that you can do. I chose white because Une Annee is all black and white for their decor. They make really, really nice decor. They look really pretty up on a shelf or something. Plus you can, you know, put flowers or something in the bottle. It's just kind of a fun little thing, and having this call back to our wedding made me very happy. For the wedding, we also had like bottle lights that we put in the top so it would like glow, and they were really, really nice for the wedding. But any classy celebration looks really pretty with one of these on the shelf. In the description, I'm giving the stitch by stitch for anyone who's a crocheter, but I'll show you some of the other designs that I've created in the past, and if folks are interested in those, I can see about getting those instructions out to you. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. I will see you when it's all pretty and finished. Cheers, everyone. 1 slip stitch into the 3rd chain, And this is complete. Trim and separate. Let's put this on this bottle and see how it looks. There we go. Well, that lid turned out really nice. Hooray! Thank you for sharing your time with us on another crafty journey. If you haven't already, don't leave us untapped. Tap that like, subscribe, and notification bell so you don't have to miss another one of my messes. Come join us again, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye, everyone. I don't know if that's visible. It's probably not. Good start. Words are fun. Let's try that again where I'm not like burping from the beer. Whoops. If I can get that thread through there. Oh, for goodness sakes. Under and up through. Jude, did you want to taste this?
I can't. I'm holding the camera.
Math. Math is fun. Let's see if I can show how tiny that is. Where is the camera? I don't know how cameras work, apparently. There we go. So, very, very tiny hook. I got blurs. I don't have my light on. I got all sorts of problems.
Okay, again. Well, no, what you just did. Do that again. With your hair going up like that. Now smile. Okay, do your hands a little higher. Okay.
Why am I doing this?
Because it might be a good thumbnail.
How about this one?
Okay. You gotta smile. There you go.
So I can count from there out. That was a weird sentence, and I'm gonna try that again. Oh, we're gonna have to do the whole thing again.
What?
My phone was sitting in the shot.